Hi, I'm James Brundage with Start Automing, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about Get protocol, and we're going to finish up showing you how it works by showing you the way it handles parameter sets and uses a technique called Wherestacking to pull it all together. So Get protocol will give me a list of well-known ports and protocols, and it maintains pipelining behavior when it's doing this, meaning that when I pipe it into something, it's actually producing items as it goes. We talked in earlier videos about the first half of pipelining behavior, which is accepting values from the pipeline, and keeping values so that they output in a pipelined way is equally tricky. One of the keys to this I found is a technique called Wherestacking. And Wherestacking, quite simply, is using multiple where objects and a little bit of careful timing processing to output your data. So what we've got in this case is three parameter sets. We've got a default, where we show all. We either want to show specific protocols or specific ports. And we also want to make sure that it's only TCP or UDP. And either of these things could be in any parameter set, but these two are each a parameter set in of themselves. So we have some filtering challenges here. The first is that we're not going to have one value that we can just pipe into these three to run into one where object. We're actually going to need to pre-filter it with these two values. And I might want to filter it with this value, and I might want to filter it with this value, but I'm not going to want to filter it with both. And in fact, if I don't want to filter it at all, I'd rather not filter it entirely. And this means that we're going to want to combine multiple where objects to get to our best result with our least performance impact. And this technique is what I call Wherestacking. So we have the first step in the where stack, which is figuring out what the only TCP or only UDP filter will be. And if only TCP is applied, then we have a quick little filter that matches it. Otherwise, another quick filter matches only UDP. But by default, it's null. And so here we can go ahead and check if the filter was there, and we can set a filtered protocols variable to be the result of the where object, or we can simply avoid running the where object entirely. We could make a condition that always returns true, but by avoiding this where object, we avoid the 30-fold decrease in time that where object can bring in. However, by outputting things with where object, in this case, we're getting back a filtered list. Then we want to filter it again, well, at least in some cases. In the case of all, we don't want to filter it at all. Now, we went through a lot of problems making a lot of care making our parameter sets. And the reason that we do that is that at this point it becomes very easy to detect what we're trying to do. I just have $PS commandlet, an automatic variable that describes what's going on in the commandlet, and a parameter set name property, which tells me which one of these things I'm in. So I can quickly look at this parameter set name property and know if I need to output what I've got now or if I need to add another where to the stack. And I also can determine what where that's going to be. I do this for the parameter set that wasn't there, all, and I write output $filtered protocols. If it was in the specific ports parameter set, then I have one more where object in the stack, which just figures out if the port that was supplied, because you can supply multiple ports not from the pipeline, contains the port in each object. And if it was a specific protocol, the code is almost exactly the same. The only difference is because technically the file refers to this as a service name, I'm going to go ahead and say that it contains service name instead. And I'm piping both of these into write output, so as each object comes in, I can output them. And that's it. We're done. I've got a long little PowerShell function that parses a piece of data and gives it to you in a very simple, easy-to-use way in PowerShell. And it's got a lot of trickery to learn from to write any PowerShell function. And I hope this helps you understand how to write good advanced functions in PowerShell v2. Thanks.